What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Sorry about the echo, we're actually in our staircase right now, but I wanted to show you guys the progress on our crypto mining basement, give you guys some perspective here. So, before we go ahead and I'm going to leave you on a concrete wall. This is what I'm going to throw up a video as to what our crypto mining basement looked like just last week. So as you guys can see in this clip from last week, it is a completely opened kind of concept there, and it definitely needed a change, and we've been making really good progress on it the best we can. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here's the progress that we've made over the last week on our crypto mining basement, and I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a tour as to what exactly we're thinking about doing. So when you first come down the steps here into our basement, a lot of work that we've been going on. So I'm going to go over this area first, then we'll get into that area. So this area first here is going to be like a kid play area. I do have 3 kids, 8, 5, and 1. And as you turn the corner here, we're going to actually have a TV on this wall with a couch right here facing the TV, which will be great. We're going to have some countertops and stuff like that over here, which will be nice for storage. We have a kind of like a utility area over here with our sub pump and radon kit. And then right in here, we're actually going to have a fridge, and we're also going to have like a wet bar type of setup there. There is an outside entrance, which is really nice in the basement, as well as the window that we were talking about. And then this area here, that fridge will be out of there, but this area here is actually going to have bifold doors to get into all of our utility stuff. And then we're also going to have some storage underneath of our steps. So wrapping around to the fun stuff here, this will be the entrance to my office. I work from home now with COVID, and we're actually going to have a 3-foot barn door that's going to slide this way. So it's going to be on a track up here, and it's going to slide this way. So it's going to be its own really thick barn door, which will be really cool, very new agey style from there. So walking into my office, I do have some things out here. This is where I work from. This is also where I do all my editing and all my work from here. I do have some LED lights on here because the lighting is terrible. Like, there's no lights right now. We haven't done anything in there. So I got a bright LED light up here in place and some panel lights. So if you guys get a crazy glare, I'm sorry. I'm trying to organize it best. But this will be my desk here. I'm going to have a new desk. I need a thicker desk because I built this one and it's too thin. And my monitor weight is actually bowing part of the wood, so we're going to be replacing that. But this is an 8-foot desk. This room is a little bit bigger than that, about 9 feet, 9.5. So we will be changing our desk. It is a standing desk in here, so that will be in the future to come, but my entire desk setup will be located right here. On the opposite side over here, what I'm going to be doing is putting in a workbench countertop with all cabinets underneath of it for storage for mining equipment and cables and bins and everything. And then we're going to have some electrical outlets across here as well as Ethernet. And then up top here, we're going to have all different types of cubby holes, putting in different things, old gaming boxes and gaming memorabilia and stuff like that, which will be really nice. And then you did see the ceiling there. The ceiling will actually be coming down about a foot. About a 1.5 feet or so, and there will be drop ceiling in here. Absolutely drop ceiling, a must-have. So then as you walk through here in my office, there is another doorway, and this will be a 2-foot door that is going into our mining room. So this is going to be a dedicated mining room in here that you guys see. It's a decent size at this point. So what it's going to look like is we're going to end up doing our racking from floor to as high as we can go to the drop ceiling. So I'm going to be looking for a lot taller racking. This is much smaller. This was cheap, $50 on Amazon or something like that. We're going to be looking for more industrial, larger racking. And we're going to go from here up to all the way to the top there. You guys did see that we do have our 240 volt over here that we did run temporarily. And my entire setup is actually running off of that. So we have our little Mighty Mouse test bench, which has our 2080 Super on it. We also have there's our PDU, which is also powering our switch. and is powering our power supply here, ATX. Then we do have this ATX power supply as well as this 12 GPU rig powering that, as well as our 3 HP power supplies. Now, interesting enough, side note, you know, I had 3 of these originally because they were 900 watts on 120 volt. So I'm probably going to step one of these down and out and just leave 2 of these, because when you're on 240 volt, they actually support 1200 watts. So that gives me 2400 watts there, which I believe will be able to handle these 12 GPUs. In addition to that, I also have my Unraid server down here being powered by our 240 volt. So in this room, the plan is to do 1 240 volt over here. And we actually have all the cabling over here that you guys saw in my previous videos. So I'm going to have 1 on this wall, I'm going to have 1 on this wall, and then I'm going to have 1 on this wall. On those walls, I'm going to think about putting them about chest height to make them easily accessible. And then I'm also going to be running Ethernet in here. So I am going to have a network rack in this office, or in this room. And in this room, I'm going to have Ethernet run. So we're going to have a boatload of Ethernet jacks on this wall, a boatload of Ethernet on this wall, and this wall. Probably do like a 1U, a 1 gang box with like 6 Ethernet jacks in there, because the nice thing is all the studs are out, so I can wire everything back to wherever I'm going to have my network rack. I have not determined that yet. In this room, I'm also going to have a 15 amp. So not only are we going to have the 240, but we're also going to have a 15 amp. And the reason that we're going to have a 15 amp as well is to plug in anything that you would need to in a traditional outlet, because everything now has to get wired into the PDU. So we are going to get 3 of those total PDUs. So I'm excited. I'm not going to do the floor in here. I'm going to leave the floor concrete. So it'll be super, it kind of helps to hold that cold. And then I'm investigating, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, there is something called Blue Board that is like an insulation and drywall combination that I want to put on all the walls in here instead of drywall. And then I am going to do the ceiling with a drop ceiling. Now, the Blue Board is supposed to help hold with the cold temperature. I do have this 14,000 BTU air conditioner unit that I'm going to be installing this week finally. So we will have an exhaust there, as well as the intake is actually more passive. You don't need an intake for this unit. But that's going up top here. So we're going to have there's already a hole that we've already put in place behind the insulation for this, 2 holes. One for passive incoming air intake, and then also for the exhaust. Talking it over with a few people though, I don't think this is going to be entirely enough. So I have someone coming out here this week, and we are going to look at how we can go ahead, because above this concrete is actually the rest of the house. Like there's like a decent amount, like a foot, about 2 feet of wood. And so I want to see if I can put a some type of exhaust fan and then pipe it in and put it in the ceiling right here, right in the middle, so that the exhaust fan is out on the outside of the house and sucking the air out of the ceiling here through that drop ceiling. So we'll definitely have to see. But I'm excited. It's all coming together. At this point, guys, it's been a lot of work so far. It was 2 days to frame out this entire basement. And my upcoming steps now is over the next few weeks. I'm going to be running all the electrical for all my outlets. I'm going to be running all of my Ethernet. I got to figure out where all my TVs are going to be. But the nice thing will be is when this is done, we will have our own dedicated room that is temperature controlled for mining. Well, guys, this was supposed to be a short 5-minute video, and it absolutely was not. My next upcoming video coming out here tomorrow, the next day, will be my next mining rig build. I will be using this ROG Strix B550 board, as well as a few of the GPUs that we do have here. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.